me, Sama, go slow. In the whole psyche, the me,
Is that the psyche?
isn't it part of that? The me.
Or is me
What I think, what I want, what I don't want, what I wish, and so on. The whole movement, self-centered movement of the me is put together by thought.
If that is so, then how would it be possible for there not to be time involved in any psychological movement?
We're going to go into that. I want to first be clear that our questions are understood.
Would you make a distinction, sir, between hope and aspiration? Because many people say to aspire is something noble, but hoping is...
Aspire is time.
Yeah, there is time. But
hope is also
aspiration.
Yes.
Yes. But in aspiration there seems to be the idea of something very right. Not that
I aspire to become God. I mean, it's so silly.
In the whole religious endeavor, there is aspiration. Would you say that?
Of course, religious tradition, there is aspiration always.
Yeah.
What we discuss is, I think the point is whether you can see truth without thinking of time, whether seeing truth is now, this moment, or whether you postpone it till you become better.
You see,
that is the question.
That is the whole, the moment you introduce the word better.
That is what I say.
Yes,
that is what I say. That is where the question arises. Now the question, the other question is, it is true, you see it now.
No, we haven't come to truth yet. I'm very careful, sir. I don't want to enter the world of truth yet. I want to be, one wants to be clear that one's thinking either is logical, sane, rational, or it comes to a conclusion which is illusory. And so one wants to examine this whole nature of time, psychologically, that's all I'm talking about. If there is no tomorrow psychologically, our whole action is different. But as psychologically we say tomorrow is important. Tomorrow I will do this. Tomorrow I hope to change. Psychologically. I'm questioning that. Because all our aspirations, hopes, everything is based on the future, which is time.
Yes. You would say then any aspiration, however noble it is in the field of reality.
Is in the field of thought, yes.
Yes, because it is a formulation.
Formulation by thought.
Exactly. So, would I be right in saying you are concerned with being free of the time factor totally in psychological terms?
Yes, sir. Otherwise, I am caught in. Our mind is living always in a circle.
Yes, that is true. We are tied to the past, to that which has become fossilized.
Yes. So the past modifying the present and going on. This past modifying itself into the future is time. So when one says, I will be better, I will understand, or I will try, all these are involved in time. Right. So I question that, whether it's merely an invention of thought for its own, whatever reason we can go into. And so it is illusory. And so there is no tomorrow.
In psychological terms.
So, of course, we said that very clearly. So, if one is envious, which is a sensory response, and therefore it's a thought has created this envy. Now, generally we say, give me time to be free of that envy.
Yes, provided we perceive that this is envy.
Oh yes, I'm envious. You're bigger house, better dress, you have more money, all the rest of it. Everybody perceives this envy, this jealousy, this antagonism. So, is it possible, being envious, to be free of it instantly and not allow time to intervene? That is the whole point.
Isn't the envy a psychical reaction to what is perceived through the senses?
Yes, that's right.
And are not the sense functionings
Actual.
Yes, they are. Determined by actual physical conditions.
Yes, they are obviously.
So the psychical reaction follows the sensuous activity, and that involves the pleasure-pain drive within us.
Obviously. One sees you driving in a big, lovely car, and I'm riding a small car. Well, so there is comparison.
Yes. The comparison arises, surely...
Which is not...
Yes, sorry.
Sorry, sir.
The comparison arises partially through what others have put before us.
Sure.
That this is better than that. This is more pleasant, or this is less pleasant.
But that begins from childhood.
So we get into the psychological habit.
Yes, that begins with childhood.
Yes, begins
You're
right
not
with
as
childhood.
good as your brother.
Yes.
Examinations.
Yes.
And the whole educational system is based on this comparative
Yes.
evaluation of one's capacities.
Yes.
Now we are going, you see, we are moving away from...
Yes, names.
Yes, sir. Didn't we just come to the fact that anything that is involved in measurement and thought cannot get rid of measurement and thought?
No, first it must realize it's the actuality of it.
Now,
Not
does it,
say, yes, I've understood intellectually.
does it realize that with thought?
No.
So then,
Let-
what is the
wait,
what
I'm
is the
coming
factor?
to that slowly. Wait. Do we see that we have used time psychologically, and so that psychological usage of time is an illusion? That's first I want to see. We must be clear on that point. I will reach heaven. I will become enlightened. I will eventually, through various series of lives, or one life, achieve nirvana, moksha, all this. All that is psychological time. We are questioning whether that thing is an illusion